Alright Pistons fans, so in today's video, I'm going to give you guys a preview of the NBA draft. So by the time you guys are watching this video, the draft will be the next day, so I decided to drop this video right now and give you guys my thoughts on the draft for the Pistons. So with the first overall pick, this one is pretty obvious, no questions asked. I'm 100% certain it's going to happen. We are taking Cade Cunningham with the first overall pick. He's going to be our franchise player, a 6'8" point guard who plays offense and defense. You can't pass on that. So I'm not going to go too much into detail on Cade Cunningham. We already know that Cade Cunningham is the selection. Now, I don't really want to get into the second round, guys, because that's where I think it gets interesting. So with the 37th pick in the second round, who do I believe the Pistons should go with? There are many options that could possibly be available here. You know, we got some centers who will be available, some small forwards who will be available, a lot of point guards as well who will be available. But in my personal opinion, if he's still there, I believe the Detroit Pistons should go with Charles Bassey. He averaged 11 rebounds and 3 blocks in college out of Western Kentucky. Again, Western Kentucky, not the best conference. One of the big reasons why his stats are high is because his in-conference play, you know, he played against lesser talent. Those teams allow him to get those type of numbers. But still, Charles Bassey is a dude who I feel like is very talented. He can score the basketball inside. He plays defense and he can rebound the basketball. He's a guy who you can put on this roster. You can either have him sit for 1 year or 2 years, or you could plop him in right away and see what he does. I think if they try to plop him in and see what he does and play him for a cool 7-8 minutes per night, I think he could do decent there. But Bassey is someone I'm absolutely high on, and I feel like in the second round, he will be the best center available. He plays great defense, so he gives us rim protection. That's something that we didn't have with Mason Plumlee. Yes, we got it from Beef Stew, but Mason Plumlee and Jahlil Okafor didn't really provide us the defensive presence that we needed. And Charles Bassey, he is someone who's 6'11" with a big frame. He is someone who can add defensive value to us. So with the first pick in the second round, 37th overall, if he's still available, I hope he's still available, I feel like Charles Bassey will be a great selection for the Detroit Pistons. With our next selection, 42 overall, if he's still available, I'm going to go with a man out of Kalamazoo, Michigan, a Michigan-bred guy. He went to the University of Michigan, Michigan Wolverine. Isaiah Livers, a small forward, a 3-and-D two-way type of player. He's like a much lesser version of Saddiq Bey. And what I mean by that is they're both 3-and-D type players, but the main difference is that Saddiq, coming out of college, he was already a great three-point shooter. He was already a great defender. Whereas Livers, he's not really there yet in terms of three-point shooting and defense. He is someone who will need a little bit of work on those ends of the floor. I feel like he's right now anywhere from average to above average when it comes to three-point shooting. And then on defense, I also feel like he's anywhere from average to above average on defense. So that's what I mean by he's a lesser version of Saddiq Bey. He is someone with defensive potential, two-way potential, but just isn't there right now. And, you know, the small forward position is not necessarily a position that is in dire need of help, but it is also a position that you can't just take a guy like Isaiah Livers, put him in there and just have him be a young guy to groom for a few years. He may be in the G League for a year or two, but Livers is a guy who I feel like a few years down the line with this Pistons team, as our guys continue to progress, I feel like Livers can be someone who could one day be a nice role player for us coming off the bench. So 37th overall, I say go Isaiah Livers. And with our final selection in the second round, I'm going to go with EJ Onu, a power forward / center prospect. Now this one is shocking because when I was looking at the mock drafts, they had him going pretty late, and some mock drafts even had him going undrafted, which is something that I absolutely find ridiculous to me. EJ is someone who absolutely needs to be drafted in this draft. He's a power forward, so let's say, for example, if Sekou doesn't really pan out for us and we want to give up on Sekou, we can have someone like EJ just come in and immediately replace Sekou as the project player to play in the G League. EJ is someone who's 6'11" with a 7'8" wingspan. Think about that, a 7'8" wingspan. That is absolutely ridiculous. He's also 21 years old. And I'm going to play you guys a short clip of him basically describing his game. Play the clip.
I know a lot of fans may have not got the chance to see you play in college, so how would you describe your game?
I'm a lob threat. I run the floor pretty hard. 7'8" wingspan. I block shots, and I can shoot the ball at a high level. So that's my game.
So yeah, EJ, man, he's someone who gives you some above average athleticism. He's someone who gives you great defense with that length. That 7'8" wingspan is absolutely amazing. He gives us rim protection, and also, as he said, he's a lob threat. So in a few years with someone like Killian Hayes and Cade Cunningham, he's going to be perfect for those guys in the pick and roll situations. He is someone who could really benefit this Pistons squad. And again, if we want to give up on Sekou, this guy can be our insurance guy to replace Sekou if he does not pan out. He is someone you could just plop in the G League, have him there for 2 years, and then after that, bring him up to the roster, have him ready to go with Killian Hayes and Cade Cunningham and Isaiah Stewart and Saddiq Bey as our guys continue to progress and really get good. So think about it, 3 years down the line, when Killian K, Sadiq, Stu, when they're really starting to get good, and then we have guys like Isaiah Livers, and then we have someone like EJ, then we have Bassey, all of those guys ready to go, man, this will be absolutely beautiful. I believe if the Pistons, if they select Bassey, if they select Livers and EJ, I think those will be really good second round picks. But Pistons fans, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you have any other picks, any other possible selections, just let me know. I'll be reading all the comments. Very interested to hear your opinions on this draft, guys, in the second round. Who would you select if you had these second round picks? And do you believe that the Pistons should trade up with their second round picks? In my personal opinion, I just say I wouldn't be mad if they traded up, but I wouldn't be mad if they decided to stay where they are and just decide to select these type of guys in the second round. So Pistons fans, let me know how y'all feel in the comment section below. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Thank y'all for 2K, and I'm out.